I think Eagle Ridge is on a interesting journey. We've talked for years now about getting out and going. Last week in the series that was introduced, Crossing the Line, getting us from no to go, Pastor Bill again underscored the fact that we know enough. We just don't have any confidence, and the confidence comes from actually going. It doesn't come because we actually ever learn enough. That's one of the things I'd like you to recognize. I've learned it through intentional one-on-one relationship that I know enough to do that. I know it from going into the elementary school and finding ways to be intentional. I know enough to do that too. That's a little step towards building a bridge and being a bridge. That is what we need to become and practice as a congregation. My one-on-one relationship with my friend who's the same age I am is an excellent way for me to be accountable. I know that God calls me to be more than I am today, and I know that it's very easy to fall back into treading water. But by entering into what we kind of call a one-year process with some intentionality to get to an end point and replicate what we're doing, we are moving in a direction that we're sorting out as we go, but we're going to find out what God wants us to be doing in the months and years to come. A year from now, I'd like for the two of us that have been discipling each other to be discipling two more people. So then there would be 4 people working out there headed the same way, not knowing exactly what it felt like when they started and not knowing exactly what it was going to look like when it ended. But the next year there would be 8 people. And the next year, well, the math tutor runs out of fingers. You get the idea. It exponentially expands as we figure out how to do one-on-one discipleship and turn it into another one-on-one relationship. So last week we talked about going from knowing to going. I do really believe we already know enough. We're just scared. And I can't explain it any more than that. I just think we all fear moving out and representing Christ in our daily life. I guess we don't need to stop and explain why that is, but just admit it and then do something about it. After we do some of that go, it helps us with our next baby step, and eventually we'll get into the habit of being relational and being intentional with those that we come in contact with.